Hey everybody, welcome back to Video Game SO. During a long-running series, the Unported Playlist, where I take a look at some of my favorite unported arcade games of all time, and I could not be lying any harder this week as we're playing Valve Limit R, made by Avranches Automatic. If you've never heard that name before, that's because they made one and only game, Valve Limit R, and I can safely say this is the absolute worst arcade racing game I have ever played, and holy shit are we going to have some fun with this one. It is over the top, it barely works, it controls like absolute garbage, it is just a complete dumpster fire of a video game, but honestly that's kind of rude to dumpster fires because they at least have some sort of redeeming quality. Basically in the Valve Limit R, your entire concept here is just you pick a partner in the car, a busty woman to ride along with you, who's going to drive you absolutely nuts the entirety of the race. From start to finish, pun very much intended, I cannot figure out what in the hell Valve Limit R was trying to do outside of this, get some cheap quarters off of some players. This game is an utter disaster. The controls and physics are completely broken, the cars do things you've never seen a car do in real life. It is just amazingly bad, and I love it for that because they really tried. They tried to bring something to market, and holy hell did they ever fail. Before I get too far involved though, do me a huge favor down below, hit like and subscribe and ring that notification bell, definitely helps us out. And if you feel so inclined and want to support the channel, I got a Patreon link down below as well. And if you're wondering how in the hell are you supposed to drive a car when a woman keeps showing up on your screen moaning, I have absolutely no idea. You can actually glitch her out of the way by hitting the camera button a few too many times, changing the views, and it goes away. And if you're wondering if any of the problems here are emulation, I can tell you, I have this on my Taito Type X Multi on real hardware, and it runs every bit as garbage as you see it running here. This is the definition of an unfinished video game. I have no idea how it ever made it to market, but it did, and we're all the better for it. I'll say here you do get a qualifier before you start the first race, and I was dead last in 4. Now, I will say this game has one redeeming value only. It kind of reminds me of Thrill Drive from Konami. Not in the fun factor, not in the graphics, but just in the fact that you're ripping down a highway with a metric crap ton of traffic coming at you. And if it seems like the game is just running absolutely at whatever speed it wants to, that is because that's what the game actually does. On my Taito Type X, it's always felt like this game is uncontrollable. It just runs at the frame rate that you see, and while I do believe that's supposed to be what it is trying to do, it just doesn't aid for very good driving whatsoever. Secondarily, the analog controls in this game are an absolute mess. It feels like your car steers from a pivot in the middle, like there's a giant metal rod through it and it just spins on that axis. Actually trying to perform in this vehicle and do anything whatsoever is an exercise in futility. You'd be more likely to get a camel through the eye of a needle than you would be to get this car to the finish line without crashing it once. But in motion, this game is hectic, chaotic fun of the worst variety. It's a guilty pleasure game, something to bring out at your next game night and show people just how bad arcade games can technically be. Because I don't even know what happened there. I just lost control of the vehicle and ended up doing a 360 inexplicably at best. And honestly, it doesn't really matter because trying to get good at this game is just pointless. It is uncontrollable. You never have any idea what's coming up ahead of you. The traffic patterns are complete variables. You're just going to end up ramming the car in front of you time and time again, flipping your vehicle into oblivion. And you're all going to be treated to the fact that that woman in the vehicle is going to moan every time you so much as turn the wheel a little bit too hard. That is not a bug, at least in the way I'm playing it. Like I said, on my Taito Type X, she's doing the same thing the entire time. And it kind of sounds like a sheep getting poked in the side by a farmer. I kid you not, I don't know where they got the voices and the sound effects for this game, but I'll let you listen in just a moment and you're going to be able to clearly tell they're absolute garbage. You even get a nitro. When you use it, your car becomes even more uncontrollable, and you better hope to hell you just ride the guardrail the entire time, because it is the only way you're ever going to be able to use that turbo. If you try to take it down the center of a road, you're just going to plow in the back of the vehicle in front of you and flip your car until you gain control again. In this first race, I'm going to get 4th place, but in the next race, I'm going to get 1st place, somehow doing the exact same garbage here. If it looks like I'm not playing this game well, that is very well true, but it is impossible to play this game at all. It basically just feels like it's controlling itself. You have some input, but as far as actual steering is concerned, you are lucky if you can avoid cars. It basically feels like you could close your eyes, hold down the accelerator, and wiggle the analog stick or a wheel and probably have the same result, because I tried to turbo there again down the center of the road and I just absolutely ended up spinning twice. I don't even know what the hell happened in that one. But the audio, holy shit, the audio, that is the crowning jewel of Valve Limit R. So go ahead and listen for 45 seconds and I'll be right back with a lot more weirdness. Ladies and gentlemen, that is Valve Limit R. If you're wondering why the woman is moaning the entire way down the road, I have absolutely no damn idea. I have no idea how this game got made, why it made it to market, and how many copies even sold. All I know is that it exists and it's hilarious as hell to talk about in a video. And as we go through this canyon here again, somehow I'm in first place. I'm absolutely screwing up completely. I'm stuck behind a vehicle, and very shortly I'm going to jackknife what looks to be a Volvo wagon and just get completely stuck in the game. You can see there the animation and physics are absolutely all over the board. The physics in this game will just break completely, and maybe if you just want to drive up onto a canyon wall and treat that wall like it is the pavement, sure, go hell, why the hell not? You can do anything you want in this game and you'll get a different result, because somehow I'm running an even worse race on the second run than I was on the first run, and I am in first place and I'm going to win the game. And this time I'm going to use the same turbo in the same manner, and my car finally behaves because I basically took my hand off the controller and set it down in front of me. And this in fact is my reward for winning the race right here.
You're the king.
Yep, that's just something they put in Valve Limit R, and I don't know why. Were they expecting you just to control the car with one hand and use the other hand for other activities? Because it is, again, nonsense. And how is she even popping into the screen? Apparently she's supposed to be in the passenger seat with us, but she's also able to just come from the right-hand side. But this right here is my favorite moment in playing Valve Limit R, and it is not the first time I've done this. I flip and somehow bounce into a gas station that was behind me, not in front of me, and trying to even get around the corner here, everything just goes to hell. The car just slides out in amongst itself, and I end up actually flying through a wall in just a moment and completely getting trapped out of the course. How did I do this? I don't know. The game basically just broke and slid me into an area that I could not get out of until I hit this wall and basically janked up the camera completely. That is something that can happen in Valve Limit R, and it's not even that rare. Of 1 out of every 5 races, you're probably going to end up off the track somehow. I've even in the past clipped the vehicle completely out of the playfield and watched it fall through the floor. God, I wish that happened in this one. Unfortunately, try as I might, I couldn't make it work. And I know people are going to think that this is just bad performance on the game's part, but trust me, even running it on the target hardware, it does the exact same thing. This is just jank of the highest order, Hall of Fame first ballot level crap, and it is just such an experience. And the best part is, you can play this on your Windows PC today, and you can experience what Valve Limit R has to offer, and it is the type of game you should absolutely experience at least once. It is ugly as sin for the year of release. The controls do not work whatsoever. The physics break and will throw you out of the playfield at any point in time. There is no redeeming value to this game except for the laughter, but the laughter you get from it, especially if you bring it out at a game night and hand somebody a controller, that is where the real value in Valve Limit R is. It is an experience. It's basically the room of arcade racing games. It exists, people love it, but for all of the wrong reasons and all of the right reasons too. I've never even seen the third race in this game. I cannot get first place on the second race to save my life, and you need to do that to get to the third one. And I'm sure there's nothing better there, but I'm sure one day I'm going to try to make an attempt. Leave me a comment down below and tell me, did you even know Valve Limit R existed? And now that you've watched this footage, do you want to play the game? I feel like there's going to be a couple brave souls out there that really want to experience it, and trust me, you have nothing to lose and everything to gain, because you never forget your first time playing Valve Limit R. It is the type of thing that sticks in your brain, and it'll be branded in there forever. It is not a good game, but holy shit is it a funny one, and I appreciate that somebody tried. But short of that, we are done. There'll be no long play on this one because you've seen it all, and I'll talk to you guys next time. Bye bye.